Hello, it is Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a midweek, mid-difficulty crossword, and it's themed, and I can see a sort of kind of almost arcing set of circled cells running through the grid, so that will be thematic. That'll be related to the theme somehow. We'll find out how soon enough. And this thematic edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Aaron Spiller, Lake House Bros, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They, of course, sustain this channel. They keep it going day by day. I'm very grateful to them for that. Thank you so much to those four and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do that, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors, like those four I've just mentioned, there's, of course, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks again to everybody who supports the channel in that way. All right, so let's get on to a midweek themed crossword, shall we? This is a construction by Peter A. Collins, who's a very experienced constructor with well over 100 New York Times crosswords to his name. So welcome back to this seasoned constructor. And it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. There's a theme. Let's find out what it's all about. Let's start solving. All right. Okay, so two interesting things about this. One, that sort of arcing set of cells continues and makes a sort of parabola. So a kind of full arc, I guess. And then we've got an interestingly arranged set of black cells that create a grid that is symmetrical about a vertical axis. So that's and it looks very distinctive. It looks almost like a sort of, I don't know, these little bits up here almost look like the sort of ornamentation on a samurai's mask or something. And then this almost looks like an inverted, sort of orthodox cross. I doubt that's what that is. Okay, anyway, let's just start solving it and see how we get on. Small foresail. Is that a jib? Is a jib a small foresail? Let's see. In terms of rigging of a ship. Genre for Count Basie or Charlie Parker. Right, those are both, of course, iconic jazz musicians. The jib is probably correct. Name akin to Agnes. Inez is a... okay, yeah, I was thinking double Z. Interesting. Because Inez could also be spelled with an S, depending on the language. But here we go. Sharp-dressed man band. That'll be ZZ Top. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Inez equivalent to Agnes in, by language. Rare blood type, in brief, would be A negative, I guess. I don't know, honestly, very much about blood types, so I'm taking it for granted that this is a rare one, but I think that must be right. Proclivity, if you have a proclivity towards something, you've got a bit of a bent towards it. I have a proclivity, I guess, towards crossword puzzles, it seems. Philosopher known for paradoxes, Zeno, yes. So Zeno, Zeno was as it says, he constructed these sort of logical paradoxes, and the one that I always enjoy is the one that sort of states, well, if you have to get from point A to point B, logically first, you must walk half of the distance from point A to point B. If you're going to walk the whole distance, you must walk half of it first. Then, of course, you must walk half of the remaining distance from where you now are to point B so that you can continue walking that whole one. And then once you reach that half, so you're now 75% of the way there, you must walk half of the remaining distance from where you are. And if you keep walking that half of the remaining distance, eventually you'll sort of, you'll just be walking these increasingly minuscule amounts, and you'll kind of approach a limit and never actually reach your conclusion. That's one of Zeno's paradoxes that I've always very much enjoyed. I think he might have phrased it as an arrow being shot through the air. The arrow must continue to travel sort of half of its remaining distance as part of its overall journey. Anyway, that's a classic Zeno paradox. First words of the day, perhaps. And obviously, the thing about the paradox is quite evidently this does not stop the arrow or the person from reaching the whole distance, because we can observe that it's in fact trivial to complete the whole distance. And yet there's this sort of way of logically phrasing it, that logically thinking about it, that does appear to be paradoxical. Anyway, first words of the day, perhaps. Good morning, I guess, probably. 2 tablets, e.g., a dose, presumably 2 tablets of medicine. Starting place, point A. Oh, right. Speaking of point A to point B, speaking of Zeno's paradox, there we have one. Cause of low vitality. Anemia, you might be anemic and therefore be kind of sapped of energy. More sound. Oh, no, sorry. Anemia. Cause of low vitality is anemia. Sorry. Anemic would be a person with this thing. Okay. So more sound would be saner. There we go. That's correct. New Jersey City with a bridge to Staten Island. Why can I not think what this is? Surely I know this. Why can I not think? What about this? Legal organization. American Bar Association, maybe? Turned aside. Yes, turned aside. If you turn someone aside, you averted them. Okay, so I think that probably is the American Bar Association. Big name in the freezer aisle. Ida? As in or Ida? I don't think that's right. That doesn't look right with this. New Jersey City with a bridge to Staten Island. It's going to end with an E for sure. Big name in the freezer. Oh, it's Edie. It's an ice cream brand. So the brand is Edie's, and then I guess the person's name after which it's branded is Edie. Okay, nary a soul, not a single soul. Nav system, navigation system, GPS device. Oh, Bayonne. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Symbol on the back of a dollar bill. You've got the eye on that. What is that called? I don't remember, but that sort of, all-seeing eye on the top of the pyramid. Okay, there we go. So there's all of that. Rice-A-Roni, there we go, the San Francisco treat, which helped me solve a themed crossword the other day because I was certain that was the answer. It was a Sunday. I think it was the Sunday crossword with the wormholes. 62 Across's Top Hat co-starer. Right, okay. 41 Downs Top Hat co-star. Fine, fair enough. Okay, anthem that ends, we stand on guard for thee. I'm not sure offhand. Wonder if I'll recognize it. I don't know. Oh, no. It's O Canada. Sorry. It's got to be O. Yes, of course. Also, the fact that it's in English is a clue as well. I mean, how many, limited number of English-speaking countries that are going to have English, that are going to have anthems in the English language. Anyway. 62 Across's Top Hat coaster. I don't even know what this is. Is it a film? Is it a musical? I don't know. Related to vision, ocular. International airport serving Tokyo, Narita. There's Narita and there's, what's the other major one? Haneda, I think, maybe? Anyway, this is one of them. New Haven Collegian and Eli, someone who went to Yale. Backstabber could be a rat, someone who turns on you. Mallorcan Mrs. Siorna, so Mallorca being used just to indicate the Spanish language, in this case to mean Siorna for Mrs. Oh, Rogers, Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, maybe? Oh, maybe it is a musical, a film musical. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. Good. So yeah, famous dance partners, Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Some sporty wheels informally. Alphas, as in Alfa Romeo, the car make. Benjamin Franklin's faith, he was a deist, like a lot of those a lot of the sort of framers of the United States. Compliment would be, if something complements something else, it adds to it. Sounded like a brook, it gurgled. Gurgling, babbling brook. Musical, there's another musical. Musical featuring the song depicted by this puzzle circled letters familiarly. Fiddler on the Roof. S-U-N-R-I. Oh, sunrise? Oh, sunset. Okay. Musical featuring the song depicted by this puzzle circled letters familiarly. Sunrise, sunset. Boy, I actually don't even remember. I've seen I mean, I've seen the film adaptation of Fiddler on the Roof once, and I thought it was absolutely great. I really, really enjoyed it. But I don't know it very well. I've just seen it the once, and I'd probably remember this song if I heard it, but I don't remember it offhand. But it's clearly the answer. Okay, I wonder if that's it. Is that the whole theme? I wonder if there's anything else going on. Troopers on a CB radio. I don't know. Blank territory area from 1861 to 1889. Dakota territory, maybe? Before the Dakotas became U.S. states? Could it be that? Troopers on a CB radio, I don't know. I swear, no lie. Mani-pedi material. Emery, like an emery board to file nails. Does some electrical work on. If you wire something, you're doing some electrical work on it. So troopers on a CB radio would be Stokies. I hope that's right. I mean, I hope this Dakota territory is correct. Is there anything else that could be? I don't know. Are my crosses on Stokies right? I just don't recognize the phrase Stokies. Dakota, what else could that be? Remove that. Some sporty wheels informally. Those are alphas, that's right. Benjamin Franklin's faith. Oh, I made exactly the same mistake here as I did here. Wow, I've done that twice. Cause of low vitality, except in reverse this time. No. Yeah, no, I did make that same mistake. I put anemic, which is an adjective or a noun, and here I put deist, which is an adjective or a noun, whereas the faith itself is deism. So yeah, wow, I did that. I have to be careful about that. I always make such a big deal about matching the part of speech. I always remind people you should do that, and you should. You should bear in mind that the part of speech needs to match, and one of the easiest ways to confirm if it does is to put it in a sentence. So you simply say, "Oh, well, Benjamin Franklin's faith is deism." Benjamin Franklin's faith. Whereas if you said is deist, it's not quite the same thing. I mean, you could be describing his faith as a deist faith, but the faith itself isn't deist, it's deism. And so putting it into a sentence like that slightly reveals it to you. Anyway, so complement is add to. So, Smokies. Oh, that sounds more like a word. Stokies didn't really sound like anything, which is why I was suspicious of it. But Smokies sounds more likely. Troopers on a CB radio. I have to assume that's correct. These, I think, were fine. I swear, no lie. Emery. Yeah, okay, that's all fine. One attending orientation, a new hire maybe, a corporate orientation. Left off is omitted. Crossed off is red, like red-lined, crossed off. Something out, crossed off. I don't know. Oh no, maybe it is X'd out. Yeah, that's what it is. It is like sort of proofreading. So what's this then? European Alliance. The Axis? No. What is this? Maybe it's not X. I don't know what this is. European Alliance. I don't know. I'll have to come back to that. Is this not Sunset? Surely it is. One card left, Uno, right? So you're playing Uno and you've got to call that out. It means little in Paris. Peu, like just a little bit of something. Un peu, maybe. Some gym reps, yes, sit-ups. So reps like exercise count. And actresses Dunn and Ryan, Irene Dunn and Irene Ryan. There we go. So Irene's. So Concorde, e.g. for short, SST. So supersonic transport, I think that stands for. I think the T is transport. Faster than sound aircraft. And then crossed off European. Oh, is it the G6? There are all of those sort of G6, G7, G20, all these various groupings. Is the G6 a European alliance specifically? Maybe. Let's see. Last word of the day, perhaps. Oh, good night. Oh, something night. We had good morning and something. Maybe. Oh, that's sort of relevant to sunrise, sunset. We've got good morning with the sunrise here, and then something night for the last words of the day, but I don't know what it is. Part of Caesar's boast, right? So, veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. We don't know which one of those it'll be yet, but it'll start with a V. Off-roader in brief, an ATV, an all-terrain vehicle. Certain November 11th honoree. What's November 11th? I can't remember offhand. Like many, a Swiftie. Teenage? That would make sense. A lot of Taylor Swift fans, obviously not all, but many would be teenagers. Buying binge would be a bit of a spree. So Veni, VDV, right, okay, so Veni is the only one that starts VE, so there we go. All right, I came. Astuteness. Acumen, yeah, if you've got astuteness in a particular area, you've got skill, you've got acumen, you've got good instincts. Army vet. Is that Veterans Day? November 11th, maybe? Let's see. FDR program. Oh, the TVA, the Tennessee Valley Authority, made big infrastructure, electricity infrastructure. The Tennessee Valley under the new, Roosevelt's New Deal program. Hospital diagnostic EEG. I always forget what this stands for some reason. Electroencephalogram, I think. But yeah, I think that's right. The hospital diagnostic. Waze suggestion. Waze spelled this way is a traffic routing app. So it might give you a route. RTE is how that's abbreviated. And then something to get the ball rolling is a putter in golf, a golf club. So what's nighty night. Last words of the day are nighty night. There we go. So less common than good night, I suppose, and less, sort of typical and stock than good morning. But this is a good answer here because it is symmetrical in length. So it fits the grid very nice and cleanly. So it goes in just the same way, intersecting with sunrise as good morning does with with sunset as good morning does with sunrise. Okay, special agent maybe, like Special Agent Dale Cooper of Twin Peaks. Decrease is it has a question mark though. Oh, so you uncrease, you get rid of the creases in clothing, you iron them. And then Pixar character has trouble saying anemone. Is it Nemo from Finding Nemo? That would make sense because an anemone is a sea creature. And Nemo is a child, effectively, and that would be, I guess, a tough word for children to enunciate properly. Question while pointing. Here? Question while pointing. Maybe I have something wrong that looks odd. That's my cue. I'm on. Terse admonition. Don't, you might simply say. So hold up, you hid, you hold up in a cabin or something. So question while pointing here. Oh, I see. As in here. Do I go here or here or here while pointing? I see. That must be what it is. Okay, so Sholem Blank, author of Children of Abraham. Oh, Ash. I've seen this name. I've never read this. I'm not familiar with it, but I've seen the author name. Sholem Ash. That must be. So kind of rock. Is it magma? Might be something else. Understanding. Ken, as in if something's beyond your ken, it's beyond your understanding. Let's see if that works. Out of the arms of Morpheus, so to speak. So if you're within the arms of Morpheus, you're sleeping, and therefore if you're out of them, you're awake. That's the French use that metaphor within the arms of Morpheus to mean asleep. I mean, you could say that in English too, but I think it's more common in French. Puff on an e-cig would be to vape. Kind of rock. No, it's not magma. What is it? Don't know. Maritime. So a maritime concern could be a naval concern, or maritime battle, a naval battle. Cognizant would be aware. So we've got aware and awake crossing each other, similar but different words. If one looked stunned, say, one maybe gaped, and then if you keep after someone, you nag them. So that's right. Kind of rock, arena. Oh, kind of rock music. Arena rock. So big, loud kind of stadium music, stadium rock and roll. And then looked stunned, gaped, and then spearheaded is led, as in led an organization, spearheaded it. So there we go. That was the Wednesday crossword. There we have it. Maybe a bit of a tricky Wednesday crossword, perhaps. I think maybe slightly difficult for midweek puzzle. Let me know, though, how you fared with that. Let me know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is, of course, a nice, friendly chat community you can join via a description field link. Always curious to know how people fare with these puzzles. And there was I think, the theme was relatively straightforward, despite the puzzle being perhaps just a tad tricky. We had a musical featuring the song depicted by this puzzle circled letters familiarly, which is Fiddler for Fiddler on the Roof. And we spelled out sunrise, sunset in this nicely illustrated arcing pattern representing the path of the sun through the sky. And there we have it. And an interesting sort of grid arrangement. And I can't tell if that means anything. Someone let me know if that has any specific meaning. I'm not sure. It might do, but I don't immediately recognize it. And then, of course, we had good morning and nighty night in the grid as well to finish it off. And there we have it. That was the Wednesday themed crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for a Thursday crossword when we might take a bit of a step up in thematic complexity. That's often what happens on Thursday. So join me then. Do consider subscribing to the channel if you've been enjoying these videos. Hope you do, and hope you have been. And I will be back tomorrow. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.